Hey y'all, after I did that video of the waterfall fountain pond in the rock garden, um, I had mentioned that if people were interested in seeing the Mad Hatter camper van that my wife and I built, that I'd do a video on it. Well, I did get a lot of interest in it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now I just want to let you know this is going to be a multi-part series because there's going to be a lot to cover. Now in this first video, I just want to talk about why we built the camper van. Now, my wife Missy was employed for a major health insurance company for like 21 years. And then out of the blue, they decided they no longer needed her services and they got rid of her position. And corporate greed, that kind of stuff. So anyway, they sent her on her way, and as you can imagine, she wasn't too happy about it. And she wanted to blow off some steam. She said she wanted to get out of here and go travel. And so she come to me and asked if we could go camping, and I said, yeah, we can do that. We've got adult children here at the house. We're like, well, they can stay here and take care of the pets and the house and all that. So we loaded up that with a tent, some blankets, and some pillows, and a Coleman camp stove. I mean, you know, we knew what we were doing. We're going camping, right? I mean, that's all we need. So we did, and we took off, and we stopped in Pensacola. Our first stop, we left Florida and stopped in Pensacola, spent the night there, and we got up the next morning, and I said, well, what do you want to do? She said, I want to go to the Grand Canyon. And I said, okie dokie, let's do that. So we took off across the country, and we did go see the Grand Canyon. Nearly froze to death. Almost got attacked by a mountain lion. Good times is what I'm saying. We had fun. And then we got over to California, and we seen Owl Canyon. That place was pretty cool. And we made our way up to Oregon, and then we started coming back down, zigzagging here and there. And well, my wife wanted to stop at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. Something I've never mentioned to any of y'all is I'm legally blind. Okay, that means I don't have very much vision at all, and they say I'm legally blind. I don't have a license for it or nothing, so I don't even know how they come up with that, but that's what they say I am now. Hey, at least I ain't one of them illegal blinds. Now that would be scary. But anyway, I'm legal, y'all. So anyway, she wanted to stop at the Bonneville Salt Flat so I could drive her car, because I don't ever get to drive it because I run over people and stuff and everything. Now, sometimes I do get to do smoky burnouts. When we go to get new tires on it, I can go out there and do smoky burnouts in front of the house before we get new tires on it. But that's about it. But anyway, we didn't realize that in mid-October, when we decided to journey across the country, dodging blizzards and wildfires at the same time, that the Bonneville Salt Flats was covered in water. So we didn't get to stop and do that. But we still had a good time. We made our way back home. Was gone a little over a month, and we was like, well, that was a really good time. How can we make it gooder? I mean, you know what? Get a van. That way, we don't have to stop and hit every thrift store along the way, buying blankets and more blankets, jackets, and boots, and everything. Because when we left, we had a half a trunk full of stuff. When we came back, we had a full trunk and a full back seat full of stuff. And we was like, well, if we had a van, we'd have everything we needed right there with us, and we wouldn't have to put up a tent in the freezing cold or take down a tent in the freezing cold. You know what I mean? So that's what we did. We got on the Facebook marketplaces, and we found us a old 2001 Chevrolet Express work van, retired, and it looked like it. We went and looked at it, and we was like, yep, that right there, it's a van. We want it. So we called up a tow truck, and we had them drop that carcass off there in our yard, and we walked around it, and we looked at it, and we was trying to figure out what we need to do to it to make it work. And well, this is what we wound up with. That's the Mad Hatter. Now, granted, this is the Mad Hatter 2.0. Okay, the first version that we built had an unfortunate event happen to it, and I'll talk about that in the next video. But so yeah, this is the second time that we built it. It didn't have the high roof on it the first time. We added that. But that is it. Now the next video, I'll do a complete walk around, talk about everything that we did to it as far as getting it sound and as far as the paint and everything we did exteriorly, if that's a word. And then my wife Missy's going to do a walkthrough of the inside of it, and I know she's excited about that too. So anyway, that is the Mad Hatter, and I'll see y'all in the next video.